But I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm kind of a stickler for time. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Yeah, have a seat. Help yourself to bagels and coffee too, and or water. Everything's kind of individual and prepackaged, and you've got your own place setting there. So I tried to make it as contactless as possible for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and get started right away. If you're logging onto your computer, you can still join in, and I'm going to be recording this, and so I can always share it later too. So we have some people today joining us in person here at the Portage County Business Council in the big foundation room, our meeting room, and we have some people joining us on Zoom. So I thought we could kind of go around. For those of you who are on Zoom, I'll try to turn the camera around so you can see people's faces, because they can see your boxes. None of you have a profile pickup right now, but they can see the screen here. So we'll kind of go around and maybe just do quick introductions. And then we'll go ahead and get started. And I talk fast and I talk a lot, but feel free to stop me at any time if you have a question. But I'll go over quite a bit of information today. So if you don't know me, my name is Tanya, and I work here at the Portage County Business Council. And I do mostly membership, so kind of making sure our members have what they need. So things like we're going to talk about today, like do you need help posting a job or an event or a news release or anything like that? Or do you need to be connected with someone in the community? Is there someone that you've been trying to make a connection with? All different things. So that's kind of what I do. And we'll start with the people joining us via Zoom first. So on my screen, if I'm going around, the next one down is the initials MK. So I'm not sure who that is. So go ahead and introduce yourself. You might need to take yourself off mute here.
Yes, hi, Mary Kay Larson with Point Trophy.
Hi, Mary Kay. Thanks for joining us. And next is Emily.
Hi there, Emily Weber. I'm the outreach coordinator for North Central Conservancy Trust, the local land trust.
Thank you, Emily. And Karen?
I'm Karen Piasek, and I'm the administrative associate for the Aging and Disability Resource Center.
Thanks, Karen. Okay, I'm going to turn the webcam around, see if we can see everybody, and see if this works for us. We'll start with you, Joe. There's Joe. Yep. There we go. Thanks, Joe. And moving down the row there. And we go around the room here. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Again, I have kind of a weird webcam. I'm going to share my screen because I'm just going to kind of click through a few things. And throughout the time, if people have questions, like I said, feel free just to shout out and say, hey, Tanya, I won't be offended at all. And or if anyone on Zoom has questions with each other and wants to put things in that side chat, of course you can. So let's see if I can do this correctly. Let's see, I'm going to do it this way first. Okay. So I'm just going to sign into something here on the kind of the back end. This is my program so that I can show you. Okay. So now I'll share my screen and we'll start here. Okay, so to start with, this is the homepage of our website, and the stuff that I show you today, everything that I show you, I will say I can do for you. So we're going to talk about how to post jobs, how to post events, how to post news releases, how to add stuff to your member profile so it gets a little bit more visibility. But all of these things, if you're busy or you're on your way, it's Friday and you're on your way up north and someone just gave their notice, you can call me from the car and say, Tanya, we have a job posting. Can you post this for me? You can email me information about an event or something. I'm happy to do all this for you, but you'll also be able to do them all yourself. So if you look on our website, if you ever go to our website here, there's a place up here that says member login, kind of along the top tab. And if you click on it, it'll ask for username and password. If you don't have those, let me know and I'll send you a link to set up your own. I think most of the people probably who are on the call and in person today have one, but it's the same login and password you would use if you're registering for like business after hours or a women in business or something like that. When you click on it, if you've ever been there before, you'll get a thing that looks like Mine looks a little bit different, so hold on. It looks like this. And this is my, if I were to log in, this your logo would be up here instead of mine. There's like a little welcome, and then there's all these tabs across the top and the bottom, and the side and the top, and then that's kind of what we'll go over today. So we'll just start at the beginning with actually like personal and company information. Personal information, that's just you. So you as a rep. Depending on your login, you might have one login that everybody in your company shares, especially if you're a smaller company, like if there's only like, 3 of you or something, you might everyone just use the same login. If that's the case, then this personal information may come up as whoever set up the account. But what we're trying to get people to do is for everybody to have their own login. And it's just nice in case someone leaves a company or someone changes, then everybody still has access. And then you can stop access for others if you want to. So this is just where you can enter your own information. There's my name, my title. You can put as little as you want on there. And you can see if you scroll down this area here, I'm active with the Business Council. I'm not the primary or the billing. We have other people who are that. So our executive director, Todd, is our primary, and he's also our billing. So if you are the primary and the billing and those aren't checked, you could go ahead and check them or check with someone else that you work with and say, hey, who's set up as our primary? I'll say the difference between the primary and other representatives, sometimes the primary has extra permissions. They can change more things on your account. And there's every now and again, there's emails or specials or things that we send out and we only send it to the primary contact. Because maybe it's like we're inviting someone to sit on a board or something like that we don't need to send to every single person in the company, but we really want it to go to that main contact at the company. It's sometimes nice to find out who your primary and billing is in case it's changed over the years. Teresa or whatever used to be the billing person and now she's no longer here. Oh, that's probably why, we haven't gotten anything from the Business Council in a while. This personal bio section, it's nice and you can enter stuff, but I will say it doesn't get put on the website. So the only way it's used is if we were to ever set up groups with the Business Council. Like one active group that we have here is ambassadors. And if we ever wanted to, we could put an ambassadors page on our website. We have an ambassadors page on our website, it just has their pictures. But if we ever wanted to have a separate page about them and have their little bios and things like that, it would show up. We don't do that currently. So, or we could do it maybe another group that we have as like our board of directors. So you can put stuff in the bio, but I'll tell you it won't show up on the website. Oh, hold on, I gotta put some people admit some people to the waiting room here real quick. Okay, get everybody in. Welcome for those of you who are joining us. We're just starting, and what we're in is we're in the Member Information Center right now. The way we got to the Member Information Center was through the member login on the homepage of the website. So that's right up here where it says Member Login on our PCBC website. If you go that with your credentials, you get to this, which is the Member Information Center. And that's what we're talking about right now. So welcome for those of you who just joined us. What I will say about putting information is you can put it under, if we go back to our home here, under company information. And that's where you can put a better description of your business. And we'll talk about how you can do that a little bit later. So there is a place where you can put a description, but not for individual reps. So this is I feel like the most important page is this company page. You can just periodically go on here and make sure all the information is current. We have our fax number on there. Not a lot of people use fax anymore, but some people still do. Address, a mailing and physical if they're different. Like we don't have our established date filled in, but you sure could. We have our billing contact. You can set your primary up in here. I can always set your primary up for you too. And it's very easy. If you ever want to change anything, you just basically click in the field. Like if I were to change your phone number right now, you can see there to 42, then I would just click Save Changes. And so it's real simple to use that way. Oh, okay. It had a problem there, but usually you can just press Save. So that's your company information. And if for some reason you're like, wow, this is really, wrong or out of date, or I don't know who entered this, you can always call me. We can make sure we have the right record and that you're having the right access to make sure we can get all the information correct. But if you have your login, now I believe only primary contacts can change the company information. So if you're finding that you can't change things and you want to, let me know. I might just have to give you a different permission. As we go down the side here of things we can do, another one is on here is hot deals. And if you click on hot deals, you'll see we have one hot deal right now. Hot deals are like a special or a sale or maybe a discount or something exciting that you'd want to share with everybody. Meaning they don't have to be Portage County Business Council members. And the way that people see it is, again, on our website here. I'll go to the homepage of our website. There's a little section that says hot deals. So no one has to log in to see these. Anybody can click on it. If they click on it, they get a page very similar to what we looked at. So TDS has a referral program. If you have TDS in your home or your business and you like it and you refer someone, then you can get a little referral dollars that they have there. This is one area that I'd really like to see a lot more activity in because I think hot deals are kind of fun. It can be something like you're having a 20% off or you're having a, and you know, you think things right away, you think of like retail or restaurants or whatever would use hot deals more. But, you know, if you're a tax accountant or something, it could be, you know, a free consultation or 20% off services, or you file, you know, you file your taxes and you get the, you know, an extra page or an amendment or an extra form free or Schedule F for free or something. Or maybe it's an time, you know, if you're a consultant, you have 1 hour for a free consulting or something like that. So you can be creative. So anyone who comes to our website can check on those hot deals. And we do share our hot deals on Facebook periodically too. So we remind people to go check out our hot deals. And again, if you want to ever add a hot deal, you just click on this little blue button up on the top that says add hot deal. And you just fill in the information, the title, whatever you want to call it, you know, summer blowout special. You know, you can have a tagline on there if you want to, save now. And the description. When you type a description in this field, I'll say it's not the smartest or best maybe word processing system ever. This is all fed through our database, which is kind of our membership database. But there is some things you can do. You can bold, italicize, underline. You can change the color of the font and the size. There's a few fonts to choose from, not nearly everything you get, you know, in like Word or something or Google. You can highlight if you want to. You can have a hyperlink. You can do some formatting as far as bullets and numbering. I mean, you can't make it look like an awesome, you know, maybe PDF or a really cool graphic that you'd have, but you can do a little customizing there, a little description. If it has a start and end time, like if the sale's for a weekend or your special is for all of fall or December, you can put those dates in there. And then you can have an image. If you want, the image can be your logo, or if it's a picture, like maybe you're having an event, it's a picture of a brat fry that you're having to raise money for someone, and you have a picture from last year's event, you can put that there too. And then any contact information, who you'd want them to contact if people had questions. And then you click down here, submit for approval. I'll say that anytime you submit anything that we talk about today, events, news releases, job postings, hot deals, member-to-member discounts, it's going to have this submit for approval button. We never not approve something. So that's really just kind of getting it to the PCBC is what that's doing. So don't be alarmed that we're going to like comb through and be like, oh no, that's not a good one. You know, that's not what the submit for approval is about. Sometimes we'll look it over and just make sure it looks okay. Sometimes if you use like quotation marks in your text, or if you use a number sign, it'll come through weird, like as a question mark, like the formatting will get a little weird. So sometimes I skim through that and just make sure, oh, I see, you know, that person meant to have a period there, and I'll fix that. But we don't ever not approve your stuff, but you do have to submit for approval, otherwise it won't get published. And we go through those every day, usually a couple times a day. So if you posted something and you haven't seen it, or you haven't gotten the thing that has been approved, feel free to reach out to us, because we try to be really, really on top of that. Any questions on hot deals? Okay. Next on the line is member-to-member deals. And these are similar, but these are just for other Portage County Business Council members. So these are kind of select, and the whole world can't see these. that people have to log in. And so you log in like just like this through your member information center, and you can see the member-to-member discounts. This is another feature that I kind of wish was utilized a little bit more, because it just adds value to our membership. And I always liked when members use each other for things, for services. So like Buffalo Wild Wings had one up there last year. I think it was 5 or 10% off a bill. And I have 3 teenagers in my house, so I was printing that thing off all the time. So don't think you'll have to use it for work. You know, you can use, like, if you're going to, you know, the pharmacy tomorrow here, and Hometown Pharmacy's got a special with their, I think it's their, maybe their CBD products. You can click on it, 10% off orthomolecular or CBD products. And so you can just print this little deal off and bring it into either the Hometown Pharmacy in Clover Point. And because you're a PCBC member, they'll give you that discount at the register. You can probably just show them on your phone too. You don't necessarily have to print it off. The Buffalo Wild Wings I used to print off because I would just give it to the server. But so those are kind of nice. Again, you can be creative with those. If there's any kind of discount you could give that is just for other Portage County Business Council members, it's just a nice benefit, and it's a nice way to hopefully that we'll use each other's services. And whether there's a discount or not, I would really encourage everyone to think of that. That's what we do here. Like when our copy machine breaks, we start looking for members that sell copy machines. When we need, you know, a garbage removal service, we look for members who do garbage removal service. So we really try to use our members. I would encourage all of you, when you're looking for services for your home or business, to use other business council members if we have one that does that. So if you ever want to add a member-to-member discount, it's the exact same way. You just click add member-to-member deal in the blue box, fill in all the information, just the same form as the others. And then at the bottom, there's that submit for approval again. I'm going to admit someone else here. Welcome, Vicki, to the Zoom call. We're going over some ways we can put some specials out on our website for you. And everything I'm going over today, for those of you who joined after the first couple seconds, I am recording this so I can share it afterwards too. So we are in the Member Information Center right now, if you're just coming on board. And the way we got to the Member Information Center is just through if you're ever on the Portage County Business Council homepage. If you're on the Business Council homepage, there is a little place here that says Member Login. And if you click on Member Login, you can log in with a username and password. And if anyone doesn't have those, let me know and I'll make sure I'll email you at the end of the call your credentials. But when you come to the Member Information Center, it looks like this. There's usually a little welcome message. And we're kind of working our way down here this morning on things that we can add. And these are all things you can add for free. I'm a big fan of free things. So I have 3 kids, so these are all free things. So we went over how to enhance our personal company information, hot deals, member-to-member deals. Next one is on the side here is news releases. And right now we've got a few news releases. Now, if you think of news releases, they can be like things you would expect for a press release. But sometimes they can be things that maybe you wouldn't put as a press release, but are just exciting and people should know about. You know, maybe someone gets a promotion. Maybe you land a really great account. Maybe you, you know, one of your scientists has discovered a new way of doing something. Maybe one of your trials on your medicines has gotten approved. Maybe someone from your staff got an award, and even if it wasn't for their work, you know, they got like Volunteer of the Year award from United Way or something like that, and they're on your staff. That's newsworthy, you know. So I always feel like, you know, brag about yourself. The more you get yourself out there and tell people the cool things you're doing, whether it's directly related to your work or just things that you're doing good for the community, go for it. So here's some that are up there right now. And again, it's these ones too, you get to have, I feel like a little bit more room and a little bit more, you can make it a little more personal than like a hot deal or member-to-member discount. You can do a little more storytelling, which I like. These all get published to our website, all of these member-to-member deals, hot deals, news releases. And it follows the same format. To add a news release, you press the blue button up in the corner, add a news release. You can give it a title, and you know, something catchy is always nice. Again, in the body here, you can do the description of what the story is. I will say too, you can cut and paste into here. So if you already have a press release that you're already sending to like all the papers, or you're putting on Facebook, or you're doing whatever, you can cut and paste. I will say when you cut and paste into this program, they like you to use a Control V. Not sure why. I'm sure Joe could probably tell me why, because he's like the computer guy over here. But when you just do the right click, it's like it'll actually a little box will come on your screen and say, can you please use Control V? It must just be the way their system works. So you can copy it if you already have something. You don't feel like you have to type it all over again. But do a Control V when you do it, and it should keep all your formatting. It's pretty good about that. And you can click what category this news release is. Chamber would only, well, that's kind of us, we're the Chamber of Commerce, so it's probably not going to be a chamber article if someone other than us is publishing it. But any of these other ones, is it an education piece? Is it human interest, press release, community, fun facts? Is it papers or research, economic, general news, or political? And it could very well be many of these things. You know, check as many boxes as that apply. And then again, you can add a picture, contact information if people have more questions. And down here, we do that submit for approval. So I know I kind of talk fast. How are we feeling so far? Is it making sense or? Okay. All right, so if we keep going along our sidebar here, the next one is job postings. And this is probably the one that's utilized the best, I'll say, by our members. Right now, it looks like we have 46 of them up there. And it's just another free place. You know, Indeed is free, you know, I think Job Center of Wisconsin is free. There's plenty of places you can advertise a job for free, but this is another place, you know, if you've already got your job description, you know, worked up, might as well put it one more place. We have heard that sometimes you get a little bit more quality of a client, because people who go to chamber pages looking for jobs typically have a little bit, you know, more of a business mindset than some of the stuff that on Indeed, but we get good results. I can tell you too, if you ever post a job with us and you say, gosh, Tanya, you know, how did that do? Did anyone even see it? Or, you know, how do I know that the people applied for me really came from your website? We can see, I can always give you a report afterwards. It tells you how many people viewed your job posting. And you can usually tell from your Google or whoever your host is, analytics, if they came from external sites. It might be able to narrow it down where they came from to see if it gave you any traction. But we have heard from people that they have hired candidates from this posting. So free, again, you click on add job posting in the blue box. Title, you know, customer service representative, whatever it is. Description again. And then a category, so kind of like they're looking for an industry category here. It's a drop down. So as close as you can get to kind of what your business does. Contact information. Now here's the part I will say that gets a little confusing for people. Active dates. So if I want this job, I'm going to post a job today. I want it to be up there for a month. You have to click all the days that you want it to be. So right now it says 7/19 through 7/25. If I click to here, now I've got it going to 8/1. If I keep going, now it's going through 8/8. Do you see how on the side here, it's adding week by week. It'll go a week at a time. If you just click, let me clear this. If I say, well, I want to post today, I need someone hired, and I keep going, it's only going to be up for a week. So include all the days you want it for. If you hire someone sooner, you can always take it down, or you can ask me to take it down. But I always tell people, put it up there for longer in case you don't find someone right away. It'll still be in people's top of their mind and their vision. And then image, again, it can be, most people have their logo, but if you want to have like a picture of your, you know, break room or your work atmosphere, if that's a cool picture, you can have that too. And then submit for approval down there. So the job postings are one that we really use a lot. Social feed, we don't use that function right now, so you don't have to worry about that one. The only one that's kind of weird, and I always think I should ask my database company, then I always forget by the time I get off of these meetings, is the only one that's not on the sidebar with everything else, for some reason up on top, that we would use is events. It has like a little calendar up here, and it really follows the same format. And when you think of an event, like some of these, okay, so here we are, look at us, woohoo, hybrid member benefits and bagels, there we are. This one is, now, so Eat Street, they're not having an event like where you'd go and have cocktails or an event like that, or an event where they're having a sale, but they put this up here because right now they've got a special corporate lunch program. Okay, and you can read about that. Solves your corporate lunch dilemmas that you might be having, especially with COVID. It's hard to to have food things right now sometimes, like even for this morning, for the people who joined us in person, I had bagels and cream cheese, and I've got them all individually wrapped and, you know, wore gloves when I put things out. So sometimes just getting food brought to you by a professional kitchen is easier. But anyway, you know, there's story time, there's a discovery challenge at the Natural History Museum. We have a awards breakfast coming up here. But the event could be, you know, maybe you're doing a ribbon cutting. Maybe you're doing an online training. You know, don't limit yourself to think it has to be something that is, you know, like a big, huge, you know, car swap or something, or a thing where people come and there's, you know, balloons and, you know, no. If you're having a virtual online train on the importance of a strong password or something, put that up there. That's an event. And if it's open to the public, super. If not, then if you have to register, have your link to whatever register company you use, Eventbrite or whatever. But the events are nice because people really do look through those quite a bit. So when you add an event, it's very much the same as the other templates we looked at. Give the event a title, what time the event starts and ends. If it's an all-day event, this box here. If it's not, which most events are not, you can have a start time and an end time. Watch your AMs and PMs. We've had a few people, including myself, put things that are happening at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and I'll tell you, people don't come to those. So watch your AMs and PMs. And then again, the description, location, if it's at your location, if it's virtual, if it's at, you know, the Stevens Point Country Club, wherever, date and time. If there's fees involved, or if not, you can leave it blank. Again, contact information. If anyone has questions, you can have a website in there. These two boxes, I think, come automatically checked on your screen as well. Leave those because that just gives you more visibility. Public events are members only. It'll go on both, and if you want it to be, unless you want it to be a Orange County Business Council member event only, then you would uncheck that top one. And then your events are always going to be these member events under categories. PCBC events are any events that we put on here from the office, and foundation events are anything that our foundation puts on. So everything else is a member event because non-members are not allowed to put on here. You can have a photo header if you want. You can have a photo for the event. You can have a different photo for the search page, which I'll show you the search page in a second. And you can have gallery photos down here. So, you know, maybe it is a wine and cheese event and you've had it for 3 years. Put some pictures from the previous years on there. That's super fun so people can see some fun goings on. You can put a video about the event if you want to, a YouTube video. Any video you upload to our, because I'll show you another place where you can do video, that you upload to our website has to be a YouTube video. That's the only format it will accept. You can put a Google map on there so people can, from their phone, make sure they get there. And then, of course, submit for approval. I'm going to show you now, how are we doing? Yeah. You know, we try to look at least once or twice a day. So it should be pretty quick. But, you know, like if you put something up there and like a day or two goes by and you haven't got anything, feel free to call us and be like, hey, Tanya, you know, I put this event up here. I put this job. I haven't gotten that it's been approved. I don't see it on your website. You know, let us know because we should be doing that at least once a day. That's a good question. The folks on Zoom, do you all have any questions? I don't have the chat in front of me right now because I have the screen share on, but feel free to shout out if you've got a question before I go on to the next thing. Okay. I'm going to show you what these look like. These things we've talked about. So we started off with our hot deals. And so this is the homepage of our website, Portage County Business Council. Homepage. Here's our hot deals. So we talked about posting a hot deal. These are specials, remember, that are open to everybody. You don't have to be a member, okay? Those are the hot deals. The member-to-member discounts show up in here. When you log in as a member in your member information center, there's your member-to-member deal. So those will not show up on the website anywhere. Those are just a nice thing to offer other PCBC members. News releases under Chamber News. are here. Another bonus of the sharing news releases with us is depending on if we have room in our social media calendar, we also share those on social media sometimes. Or if we have room in our digital magazine, which goes out every month, we share those articles in there sometimes if we have space. So it's always good to share it with us because it might show up in a couple places. So there's the chamber news. And when you click on it, like this one, let's see, silver, that's when you can read the full news release. Events, we talked about events. Again, if I go back to the home page, but they're always kind of on the top anyway, but events, these are those events I talked about. And when I talked about having all those different pictures and videos on an event. So if you're looking at an event, let's say the Creative Excellence Breakfast. You can see for this one, we added our sponsors. We have the information, website, contact. Here's a description of all the people that will be winning awards. Our guest speakers, headshot, images from previous years like I was talking about. And if I wanted to, we could have a video right in here too. You could play maybe last year's award acceptance speech or something. We don't have a video up right now, but that's where that all shows up. So you can really pack a lot on an event page, which is kind of nice, and give your sponsor some additional exposure. That's a nice way to sell sponsorship too, letting them know that they'll be listed on a few different websites besides your own. And just, you can have, of course, your logo on there. Job postings. Here's our job postings. And again, most people use their logo for the picture. But again, if you wanted to use like a picture of people working at your place, you could. When you click on the job, there's all the details and who to contact. It'll also tell here, like if you see here, these are additional postings from Portage County. So most of these positions you can see are for probably the Portage County Nursing Home, the care facility. So if you have a job posted and more than one at your position, it will list other ones. And if you click on it, it'll take you to that posting as well. So that's kind of a nice way. It links by member if you have more than one posting. So that's where all those things show up. Does that seem to make sense to? Okay. Now here's the fun part. Not that this all hasn't been a blast, but let's go to our member directory ones. So if someone was, you know, maybe especially when people are new to the area, I think of, or maybe they just are thinking about getting a job here, or maybe they're just thinking, gosh, I need a plumber. I'm going to find out a good plumber. So they can go to our membership directory, and here is where all of our members are listed. And what you see first, or what people see first, are kind of by category. They break it up a little bit. So let's say I was looking for, I want to take my daughter or son and put him in dance. And here I see we have dance studio listed under arts, culture, and entertainment. So I can click on that category, and any of these companies have something to do with art and entertainment. Okay, Children's Museum, event barn, because you can have parties there, contemporary photography, that's art. If I would have gone, so you can scroll down, you can see all sorts of our members. Okay, I'm going to show you another thing people can do. Again, if I'm looking, oh, I just want the dance studio. Now that narrows it down quite a bit for me. There's DEC, our dance studio, that's a member. I can click on them. There's their logo. There's a Google map, their contact information, and a little description. There's that description I talked about in the very beginning of how we can make a little bio about the company if we want to. But let's say, again, I'm a person, I'm like, I don't even know what but I just want dance. They can type in search things, okay? And then a few things. Now, funny, you'll see First Weber came up here. Like, why would First Weber come up with dance? Well, First Weber had donated money to a dance performance, and so there must be an article on our blog about that. So it'll touch on anything that with that word in there. So that's kind of funny that shows up that way, but that's why. But then it comes up that way. So that's a way for people to narrow down. So when they're looking, let's look at what's one that's a good one. Restaurants is a good one to look at for this. If they say, I want to go somewhere to eat, I'm in town visiting my child at college. Make this smaller, so there we go. And here's some places I can get food. Now you'll notice the first ones up here are Culver's, Holiday Inn, Team Cheryl, Metro Market, Buffalo Wild Wings. We keep going. No, I thought maybe someone was trying to get in, sorry. Muse, Pizza Ranch, White Tail Lanes, all yummy places to eat. Now we get to El Mezcal, Subway, Stevens Point Brewery, Sunset Point Winery. Now you may notice that some of these first ones, they have their logo, and they got to be listed first before some of these businesses. And PJ should actually get bumped up. But the reason behind that is it has to do with the membership level. So we have 5 levels of membership. Anyone who's a grow level or higher gets to put their logo on the search page and gets to be listed first. How they're listed on the search page is random. So if we were to go back to member directory and we were to go to restaurants again, it should, see, it's a little bit different now. Pizza Ranch is up on top, Quick Trip, Cops. Every time it populates, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's always going to be those grow level members or higher up on top with their logos. So if you're wondering ever, like, why does, so-and-so always get listed above my business, or why is my business listed above, my competitor's business? That's why they have a grow level membership or higher. So if we look at, let's look at Culver's, for instance. Oh, I went to their website. Okay, because that's how they have it going to their website. See what I'm doing here. Okay. I wanted just to go to, there we go. So here they had on their search page, of course, they had their logo. And here on their member page, you don't always want to have your logo. This is where we talked about as much stuff as you want to enter on that company page in the beginning. This is where it shows up. So you can have your contact information. You can send them an email right through here. You can go to their website. They have a Google map. Their hours are on here, driving directions. There's About Us. It takes you to the website. And then they have their primary contact listed as well. So if you're like, oh, I had a really great experience at Culver's Day, who can I contact? You can always call the store, sure. But you could even send Leah an email right through there and let her know. This picture, again, we do not have the capability right now to customize those, so you couldn't have your headshot, especially when you think of people like realtors, a lot of times have their headshot on things. That is not an option right now for us, unfortunately. But and here they have all these things underneath their title: gourmet, food, drink, specialty, restaurants, takeout, delivery, curbside. You can put as many or as few like keywords or tags on your profile. So if we go back to this member information center and we go to company information, down here, we have to go to website information. I don't know. This is where you can put all the stuff that's going to show up on your website. These keywords, this is the part I really like. If you forget everything else from what I've said today, the keywords here is what I want you to remember, because you can put keywords in there that describe your business. So if I was a place that, I was a hair salon, let's say, maybe I'd put in here salon, hair, nails, haircuts, family hair, beauty, stylist, anything that you can think of that people might be using. Because remember, they can type in just a couple words if they're just quickly looking for something. And the more things you have on your profile that might describe your business, the easier it'll be and the more times you'll pop up. So if we go back to that, and we go to member directory again, if I was just looking, and I'll just type in hair. Okay, so there's a category for hair salons, and we have 2. Now 212 Fitness is on there because they do have a salon now inside there, and then High Street Salon. So that got me where I need to go. Now we can let's just look at High Street ones. So they have, their tags are beauty products and hair salons. So if people were to type in those, they would get it. And here they have, again, their main contact people you can reach out to, and their phone number. We should get their logo on there though. That could be something that we do. Sometimes when I meet with members, especially I try checking with members every so often, or or if they have questions, I'll look at their profile and say, you know, I feel like we should add your Google map to your profile, or we could add some more keywords, or we could add your logo. And I try to check on it. It's hard, you know, we have over 500 members, so I don't get to everybody all the time, but I do try every once in a while to kind of look through and see if there's any way we can beef up your profile and get you more visibility. But definitely, you know, a logo is good, contact information. If you do have an email, it's nice to know they don't get to see. It goes like this. It's like one of those email forms. So if you don't want your email for the whole world, but you want people to be able to contact you, it is kind of a protected fill-in form email, and it will go right to you that you got an email from someone inquiring for more information. I wanted to show you too, so does that make sense, the stuff about the company? So the more the better, I say, as much stuff as you can put on there. I wanted to show you quickly our blog. I encourage people to do blog posts. We have one member who writes a blog for us at least once a month, sometimes more. And you don't have to think of yourself as a big copywriter to be a blog post. Maybe, you know, I'm a pet care person, and my blog post is the importance of, you know, watching your dog's paws on the blacktop. You know, it doesn't have to be related to business world at all. If you don't want it, it's not a business to business thing necessarily. Maybe it's just a general, you know, informational article for the public, but it's something that I happen to really know a lot about because I'm a pet care provider, a pet salon owner or something. Or maybe it's, you know, the best way to use your 401k if you're a wealth management person. So it can be, you know, anything. So this one here, like school supplies for United Way, right? They're doing their school supply drive right now. Send us things if you have. Maybe a lot of companies already subscribe to a content service. Like we actually have a content service here. You know, if you're like maybe you're a financial planner and you subscribe to this content service that gives you fun things to put on your LinkedIn and your Facebook about financial planning. So you don't have to come up with those posts yourself all the time. If you're already getting those from your content marketing provider, send one to us every once in a while. We'll put it on our blogs. It's usually information that people would like to have. And it's nice because, and I am by no means a social media expert, but from what I've been told, like that search engine optimization and how many hits and Google Analytics and all that helps when you have like what they call live content, and things like our blog are that, like articles are live content. And so it gets more traffic to our website. And if we have more traffic at our website, they're looking at your information more. So everybody wins. So we got like years and years of blogs on here, and they stay up here live all the time. People can look through them, and we share our blog posts in other places too. Sometimes we'll share them on LinkedIn or other social media sites. So if you have some great articles or news, again, these are similar to news releases. It's a great place that we can share that information. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second. Can I get a sign from Midstate, or do I contact Craig? Oh, hi, Joe. Okay, so I had a chat here. I answer him real quick. Any other questions? About, I know I kind of talk, I know my voice is like, I'm probably sick of hearing Tanya talk, but it's a lot of me talking fast and stuff. I will say, one thing I always like to point out when I have our members in the room is, one, I just like to always thank people for being members. For those of you who are at the inside the room with me today, there's some materials at your tables. You can take all of it, you can take none of it, but feel free to take as much or as little as you want there. There's information there. One of the things that they have at their table is our community showcase guides. Those are kind of, we think of them as a talent attraction piece or a relocation piece, and we do them every 2 years. So this one's 2020. It'll be good till the next one will come out in 2022. I will say, starting in 2022, we're going to start doing them every year. So they're going to become an annual thing. So everyone here that has them at their tables, and I've been delivering them because they came out in March, right when we went for the safer at home order. So now that we're back at it, I've delivered 1,500 over the last 2 weeks around the community. What they're good for is maybe someone's applying for a job with your company, you can give them one in the interview process. Maybe you have a new hire that's just new to the area. Maybe your business has a waiting room or a lobby, or if you think of a bank or a doctor's office or something, you can have them on the table for people to look at. So they're just really nice, full color piece. You can have as many as you want, they're free. So like today, I'm dropping off a case of 100 at one place, 5 at another. There's no rules. So if you want any of those, let me know. There are also digital versions available on our website too, but everything Point Here guide. And the other thing I'd like to mention is, because you're all members, if you're talking with a friend or someone and they say something like, oh, how's your day going? You're like, oh, it was awesome because I went to Member Benefits and Bagels with Tanya Kowalski this morning, because I'm sure that's what you're all going to tell everybody today when you see people. And they'll say, oh, what's that? And you say, oh, well, because I'm part of the Portage County Business Council. If you know of someone who's not a member and you think that, that they could maybe find some value, if you ever refer someone to become a member and they join, you get a $100 gift certificate from us, like you personally. So just keep that in mind if you know of anyone or someone starting a business or anything like that. I always think it's, if I can get a free $100, I'm all about that. So that's kind of our little bribe. But yeah, so everything we showed you today, the job postings, news release, member-to-member discounts, hot deals, any of that I can do for you. Please know, I gave you the tools today to log on and do it yourself, or to beef up your profile. I can do that for you too. I'm happy to. That's part of my job. So you're always welcome to email me or call me and say, hey, Tanya, add all this stuff, or we have a new person, add them here. But if you want to, you sure have the ability to do also. With your login also, you can always pay bills. You can register for events, like if we're having an event, you can log in and register. It's especially nice if there's a difference in pricing. If there's a member price and a non-member price, you typically save a little. So if you don't have that login, it'll charge you the non-member price. You don't want that. So use your login and stay connected that way. Any other questions or things I should have covered, maybe that I didn't, or you thought that I should have covered? I think I got everything on my list here. And I do see there's a question in the chat there about the sign-in procedure. Yeah, I'll show you that at the end here. I'll do that right now. Okay, if you don't have any questions, I am going to show one more time how to log in for people who join later. So if this is the home page of, I don't think I'm sharing my screen. Let me go back to my Zoom. Sorry, Zoom friends. I get all excited because it's on this big screen behind me, but that doesn't mean you can see it, does it? Okay. Okay, so now you can see, here's the home page of Portage County Business Council. Right up here, there's a thing that says member login. And if you click on it, you put your username and password. If you don't know what your username and password is, let me know. I'll send it to you right after this. I'll send you a link. You can set up your own. And by the way, if someone else set up your username and password, or if you ever want to change it, you can always change it. They can be whatever you like. If it's like the same username and password you use for like everything else, that's fine. We never see it and we don't care what you use. So make it something that's easy to remember. And then once you click username and password, what you're going to end up with, you're going to end up in this thing called the Member Information Center. It's called, we like to call it the MIC. And the Member Information Center is where you can post then more information about your company, hot deals, member-to-member deals, news releases, job postings, events. Along the side here, too, sometimes I'll show like upcoming events. It reminds you can refer businesses. It'll tell you how your company profile is. Look, ours looks like we need to add stuff to it, probably because we don't have all the fields filled out. Along the top, I didn't go over many of the other buttons on the top. We don't use a lot of them. There's the news releases. Reports we don't do. I have reports for you that I can give you if you ever want to. We kind of do our reports a little bit different here. Resources, there's not a lot there. Directory, I believe, is all the other members. Yeah, so you can find other members if you want to see if someone is a member already. And then home, so. But events is the main one you'll use on that. And for the life of me, like I said before, I do not know why they don't just have events down here. It just seems really weird to me, but I guess that's just me. So, but I am recording this today, so I'll put this. I would think we might actually put it on social media this time, so people can look at it if they weren't able to join us. And I do have this class every month, and it's always free. If you come in person, I have bagels and cream cheese and coffee and water. But if you join us by Zoom, that's super too. And we'll probably be doing it both ways, via Zoom and in person, at least probably the rest of this year, I would imagine. For some people, it's just easier, like if they work in Wausau, like who's going to get here by 7:30. So the Zoom option is just a really nice option that way. So we'll probably do both. But as always, if you have any questions or you think of something like 2 days from now and you're like, oh my gosh, Tanya was rattling on for an hour the other morning, but she said something about an event, just email me, call me, and I'm happy. I'm also always happy to meet with every single member anytime you want one-on-one, whether it's through Zoom or an in-person meeting. I love meeting with my members. It's my favorite part of my job. So anytime I can come and train the rest of your staff on how to do this, or just say, hey, how's it going? Or you just want to vent about how business is icky right now with the pandemic, that's what I'm here for. So just call out to me and I'll set up a meeting and we'll see how we can help you grow your business. So if there's not any other questions, I think I'll make sure on here that if anyone else had any questions, okay, then I'll let everyone start their work day. And I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all stay well. I thank you for taking time out to listen to me, and please reach out if I can help with anything else. Thanks so much and have a great day.
Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.